Hey, it's Colleen.
Hi, it's Kate.
And it's Megan.
And we're the
Three Scheme Queens.
Join us each week as we take turns presenting a brand new conspiracy theory or mystery.
From shadowy cover-ups and unexplained events to viral rabbit holes, we bring the tea,
It's piping.
the facts, and the tinfoil crowns.
Join the conversation, laugh along with us, and question everything.
When it's all over, we'll tell you what we think, and we'll try to prove it to you.
So grab your drink, hit the follow, and tune in every Tuesday.
Is this thing on? Hi, guys.
Hey, welcome.
Can you count to 2?
Because there's 1, 2 Scheme Queens.
Yes.
Where's Kate?
Kate is currently joining some scientists to monitor ocean activity.
Is she with your cousin who's mapping the ocean floor?
Yeah, actually.
Only about a quarter of the ocean floor has been mapped.
And I learned a lot about that. So it's terrifying, which is why we have our season.
That's right.
Do you need more seasoning in your life, Megan?
Just a little sea salt.
Yeah. We love sea salt.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we do have a couple shout outs, though, Megan.
We got, it's been a while, but I don't think I ever mentioned our Finnish friend.
We have a Finnish friend.
We have a Finnish friend who DM'd us to let us know that Finland is real.
Yeah.
And it is not the perfect country. So thanks for that.
That was actually really fun to receive. It's really fun to receive messages like that.
Yeah, especially international. I like to hear that we have international listeners.
Yeah.
And then we got another message telling us we got to read Atlas Shrugged, and that might help us understand where the missing scientists have gone.
Okay. Now, Megan, is that a novel? Because I wasn't sure.
Yes. They said it's very long, but it is about the dystopian United States collapsing and all of like the productive experts go on strike.
Interesting.
I wonder if Kate's read it.
Should we do a book club of just the three of us where we break it up and each read a section?
Maybe.
Megan has low confidence in the accomplishment of that.
She read my mind. Colleen will read like the first 2 pages and be like, they used a weird word and I got the ick and I can't read anymore.
Or I'll pick up on like their writing habits. Like they'll use the same phrase. And like you can't use the same phrase twice in one chapter. I'm going to pick up on it and it gives me the ick. And also I read like the first sentence and last sentence of paragraphs. And
she's really more of a skimmer, and then she gets frustrated. She doesn't understand what's happening.
And then I have to go back.
For example, Kate and I just had her read The Deal before Off Campus came out. And all she was texting was how confused she was.
Yeah.
She's like halfway through, she didn't know who the love interest was.
I have a hard time following alternating narrators because I won't pay attention to who's starting the chapter narrating.
Well, for anyone who's not read The Deal, it is like
it's a very
light book. It is not that deep. So the fact that Colleen kept being like, I don't understand what's happening, Kate and I were losing our minds.
Well, I think the thing is my brain makes pre-made judgment. And I'm like, oh, this is an easy book. I don't have to pay attention. And so then I'll skim through it. But when I'm starting like a Jane Austen, like I pay attention, like, because I know if I don't, I'll be lost.
Yeah, I don't know how you read poetry.
I love poetry.
I know, but I'm surprised because I feel like you have to really think about it and like interpret what they're saying.
I feel like that makes sense for me, though. I have like a rather insane imagination. And poetries are like one page, a lot of white space.
You know, maybe when like I'm at the beach this summer or at the pool, I'll have my Atlas Shrugged book and we'll try to get to the bottom. Doesn't sound like a beach read. Sounds good, but we'll give it a go. So is it time for our
drink check?
We're having a Milky Sea.
And it feeds into the plot of our episode, which is about the Milky Sea. And I'm going to do a deep dive on that. But we both got the ick from the coconut milk.
Also, to be honest, I have not tried it, but I don't really get the hype of a dirty soda. Like, I love a Diet Coke, and the thought of ruining that by putting cream in it.
No, it makes it taste like you're having like an ice cream float. Like it's like putting, but I don't mind the flavor of coconut milk. And when it's mixed in really well, I like it. But when you have kind of like a see-through-y drink, you can see like the chunks of the coconut milk. I'm not a fan of that.
So how did you adapt this?
We did coconut rum.
So we have coconut rum, a splash of vanilla. We used blue Powerade.
Yeah.
So it's hydrating.
Yes, of course.
And poured that over ice. So I think I like it a little bit better. Last summer we had coconut rum and lemonade, and it tasted a little sunscreeny.
Oh, I remember this now. It tasted the way like the Bahama sunscreen smells.
So I think I like this one a little bit more. But
Yeah.
I can't believe that you found a drink called the Milky Sea. Well, it's not really a Milky Sea because we don't have the cream in the...
Yeah, we don't have the main ingredient needed to make it match the theme, but we're going to call it a Milky Sea.
And if you want a true Milky Sea, use coconut milk.
Use the cream,
instead of coconut rum.
Are we ready to get into it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I had fun reading about this. I'm going to make everybody use their imagination. Okay, so if you're listening, close your eyes and picture this. You are a lone fisherman setting sail for your next trip. You are currently resting on the back deck, watching the sun set in the horizon. You are the only soul within hundreds of miles. Just you, the ocean, and the creatures below. It's dark now. The sun has set, and you notice the water around you start to change. It's as if the sea is now suddenly glowing. This milky glow stretches as far as you can see, shimmering as each wave passes. You start to panic. Your fear, this is a sign of your end. The sea will finally take you. Until you remember, you've listened to the Three Skin Queens episode explaining the mystery of the Milky Sea. Welcome to our podcast. Today, I will be presenting on the Milky Sea, the glowing ocean so bright it can be seen from space. Is this science? Is this magic? Could it be aliens? Let's find out.
I have a couple of thoughts about your introduction.
Oh, I thought that was good.
It was. I do like how you always say, today I'll be presenting.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
today I'm like...
like it's a high school.
Well, I kind of treat it like a report, a book report.
And I'm picturing, are fishermen just relaxing on the back deck of their boat?
If this is your visual representation.
Yeah, but I feel like they're probably hustling and working hard, probably not relaxing very much. And are the fishermen still out after dark?
Oh, these are like deep sea fishermen, and they do fishing trips.
Got you. They're living out.
We're deep into ocean.
Okay, we're living out in the ocean.
Yes,
it's probably pretty rough seas. They're probably not relaxing on the back.
Well, my imagination fisherman is.
Okay. Is your imaginary fisherman have like a stick and a string and?
Yeah. You ever read that book where he gets eaten by a whale? That's my fisherman. These are your visuals.
I've seen these.
Okay. I just felt like they would watch the sunset. If I was a fisherman, I'd be watching the sunset.
So I'm not really familiar with this. Is this different from like bioluminescence?
It is different from that, and we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
So the sea glows. Okay. And I have some like historical descriptions of it, and it happens currently to this day. Okay. We are currently studying this phenomenon to figure out an actual cause.
Okay.
We have theories, scientific hypotheses for what's causing it, but we don't have the proof yet, which is why it's a mystery. And as I was reading about this Milky Sea phenomenon, I just pictured, you ever see Moana?
Yeah.
When the ocean glows?
Yes.
Like that. That's the vibe.
Well, I'm thinking too, we've talked about how like Christopher Columbus was reporting UFOs and mermaids, and he thought maybe they were all hallucinating back in the day, but this is still happening today.
Yep. The oldest description I have of this happening is from the 1800s. So yes, this is a phenomenon in which a huge portion or section of an ocean glows a steady white-blue milky color that can be seen from space.
From space?
So we have proof of certain parts of the ocean glowing from satellite visuals, which is what I showed you.
Okay.
And we have first-person descriptions. The problem with identifying further visuals of it is that it doesn't really pick up on a regular camera well. It picks up to the naked eye, and it picks up to these detailed satellite imaging, but it's hard to get other proof of it. Okay. And so that's why most of the tracking of this is through fishermen and deep sea ships reporting it in. It originally started kind of as like a folklore optical illusion. And the oldest description I have from this is an 1864 quote.
An optimal illusion?
An optical illusion. But has not completely been scientifically certified. We've had recent updates in 2019 and 2022. But the oldest description I have of this is from a captain in 1864, Captain Raphael Semmes. Quote, "From the deep blue water into a patch of water so light it startled me. The whole face of nature seemed changed, and with a little stretch of the imagination, the Alabama might have been conceived to be a phantom ship, lighted up by the sickly and unearthly glare of a phantom sea." The Alabama was the name of his boat. Sailors, fishermen called it boundless plain of snow, milk or sea of quicksilver, which I liked because we've all read the book Quicksilver, or at least I tried to. Most of our descriptors and data comes from this ship called Ganesha, which did the most recent trip to study the Milky Sea. And on the 2019 trip, the captain said, "When waking up at 2200, 10 p.m., the sea was white. There is no moon. The sea is apparently full of plankton, ? But the bow wave is black. It gives the impression of sailing on snow."
That's creepy.
Can you imagine just seeing that? What is this? What's going on? Or at least what do we think is going on? This phenomenon is sometimes called the mareal, which refers to the flowing or shining as phosphorescence of the sea. It occurs about 2 to 3 times per year globally. So it is a rare phenomenon. It's not often seen, and where it does occur, it's not near America, so we're not getting a lot of the details of it unless we're sending boats out to those areas. Okay,
So they're coming. It happens in the same locations.
pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty. There's a certain ocean points, and I do have them listed. I'm gonna get to that where it has been seen reoccurring, and we haven't seen it happen anywhere else. And that kind of feeds into the theory for what is actually going on. So we'll talk about that. It's important to note that this Milky Sea is not a usual bioluminescence, where with a regular bioluminescence caused by, is it bacteria or other type of organisms? Normally, those organisms flash light when disturbed. So when you touch the water, it flashes light and disperses. Or when you come near it, it flashes light and disperses as like a survival skill set. This is unimpacted by movement. You swim through it, the light doesn't change. You touch it, the light, it is a continuous glow.
But who's swimming through this?
Well, when the boats are going through it, right?
It's like, we don't want to be getting in that water.
And it was also proven to not be surface levels. Like there was a theory that, is this just like a surface level slick? Like, is this just like gunky bacteria on the top of the water? Is this like seaweed on top of the water? It's not, because the fishermen on the boats would take buckets of water to like scoop samples of it, and it's not surface level. Like you couldn't scoop it like that. Or at least when you did scoop it, it would stop glowing.
Got you.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes, they're scooping up water, but the water's clear.
Yeah,
It's not glowing in their bucket.
exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Stephen Miller is an atmospheric scientist in Colorado State University. His team was the first group of people to actually use certain tools from NASA that are able to pick up the level of light coming from the ocean on his team was the first team to use instruments to take pictures of the glowing ocean that was not satellite. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And they're able to continuously snap photos of this phenomenon to track location, to track trends, to track how long it glows for, what time of year it glows, things like that. And he's the first group of people to actually use this. Okay. And the instrument is called the Day/Night Band, also referred to as the DNB. The way I was reading through the articles to get an understanding of what this is essentially just like a bougie camera. It's described as a new generation space-borne low-light imager. So it was created through NASA to track moonlight and the reflection of light from the moon, which can be like very low levels of illumination, I guess. And so they were able to use the DNB to also track the Milky Sea glow.
Okay.
The glow has been known to last from days to weeks. Stephen Miller's team once tracked it up to 45 days. So it's glowing for a long period of time.
And it's not moving?
It flows in the ocean. So you can see it go into like the current flow, but it is like a cloud is how I would describe it.
Oh.
It's huge. It's not a small area. It covers a wide portion of the sea, thousands of square miles. That's all we'll just say.
It's thousands of square miles wide?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it has to be if you're seeing it from
from a satellite.
satellite. But that's crazy.
Yeah, it's huge. And like I said, can last for short periods of time or long periods of time. Where is it happening? So historically reported in northwestern Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea, kind of off the coast of Somalia and Yemen, and waters south of Indonesia. So all of those areas I'm interpreting to be like warm sea. So what is the theory? What are most of the scientists, including Stephen Miller, thinking?
Oh, can I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking, why can't this be bioluminescence? I'm still not convinced it's something different, but we haven't seen it off the coast of California because it's not been near the U.S. Because then I'm like, is this in places like, how about the Bermuda Triangle?
Not on the articles I was reading.
Okay, because these are places that we think there might be USO colonies.
Oh, that's a good point.
But it sounds like it's not in the location of where most of the USO sightings are.
What I will say is the locations where the Milky Sea has been seen, the Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea, the Indonesia waters, are all very deep, dense water. So a lot of the theories is regarding like the density of the water and how the currents flow in that area. So could it be creatures traveling from the Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah.
Traveling from Atlantis?
Yeah, or again, if these are really deep, then maybe these are rather unexplored areas where there might be alien colonies.
Yeah.
Because I do think if there's aliens, we talked about this, it would make more sense actually that they would be living in the ocean that's unexplored.
Yeah.
We know less about the ocean than we do.
Also, like the depth of the ocean is kind of equivalent pressure to space, right? And no oxygen. Or no breathable oxygen.
Oh, no.
I want to say I know water has oxygen in it.
H2O.
I meant like breathable oxygen.
Yes. Also, if Kate were here, I think she would say, is this some kind of portal?
Ooh.
Between
I like that.
time.
Well, let's bring up the Philadelphia
experiment
with the boats.
Uh-huh.
And like the boat traveling through time.
You think it just went through a Milky Way? There was weird, although it was more green. The water turned more green.
Let me show you. This picture is like kind of explains.
But wait, Colleen.
This is human perception.
Well, that looks green.
That looks green
and
to me.
They thought the water turned green around the Philadelphia experiment. Maybe that's what this was.
Was this just a Milky Sea incident?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm locked in.
Hold on. I'm trying to think what else would Kate say.
I don't know. Is this a portal to another dimension? Is it a portal through space and time?
Is it only like people meant to see it, the ones seeing it? Like we're the ones, or are we, when we're in that water, are we being experimented on? And what if the Milky Sea is just reacting to us, trying to get us to go away, and it's Earth?
But how is it making us? Has anyone disappeared in the Milky Sea? Has there been any?
I mean, we're only getting reports from people willing to share them.
Okay.
So
I want to know what Stephen Miller thinks.
Yeah. His article is really easy to read, his research paper. But his research was mostly validating the use of the DNB instrument and how that helped him at least track it.
Okay.
So now we're able to track it, and now he's using that to figure out patterns. Okay. So his studies are still ongoing, and because it only happens 2 to 3 times a year and it's hard to find, he has to wait until he gets like communication from NASA of satellite pictures or communications from fishermen that are reporting to them, hey, it's happening. And then he has to send a team out and then track it. So getting the data is really hard.
Okay.
And so that is what's kind of impairing the solving of the mystery.
Okay.
But currently, what the theory is this is a type of bioluminescent bacterium.
I was going to say, I feel like still bioluminescence.
That behaves differently than the usual type. Its name is Vibrio harveyi, which is commonly found in the waters where the Milky Sea has been reported or tracked.
Okay, so that's really when I was going to propose my theories. That was my first thing, is why can't this be bioluminescence? So you said, well, it disperses. And I thought maybe it's just a different species.
But we don't have proof that this species is the one doing it because we can't repeat it in a lab.
like the eels.
Yeah. And the theory is that this
Oh, you
bacterium,
can't prove that it's
Vibrio harvey.
Oh, you can't. So Vibrio harvey is a thing that does this.
Yes,
But they haven't been able to prove that it's what's causing this.
correct. We know that bacterium does do some form of bioluminescent, but we don't know if this is the one doing the Milky Sea. We're just making a huge assumption because this is such a well-known bacterium in that area where we're seeing it. And the theory is that this bacterium emits light when their population reaches an extremely high density. So the scientists are thinking that this creature is the one doing it, but it can only do it when its population is such a huge number, which we cannot repeat in a lab because we don't have an ocean in a lab. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. And the theory is that the bacterium is able to communicate cell to cell because of quorum sensing. Have you ever heard of that word before?
That it knows that there's other people?
Yeah, it's like when they touch, they light up.
Okay.
And so it's how they, and then they communicate kind of like one unit, kind of like a school of fish. And then the other theory is, okay, so that could be the bacterium causing it. They're glowing because they're communicating. They can only glow this bright when they're a huge, dense population. But then it's like, why are they glowing? What is the glowing doing to their survival? And the theory is that they're glowing to attract fish because this specific type of bacterium thrives in the gut of a fish. And eventually it populates within the fish's GI system and it multiplies until it consumes the fish from inside.
Okay, so it wants to be eaten. I hate that.
Yeah.
That sounds. I was with you on this whole thing that it multiplies in the gut,
Yeah.
but I don't like that it's eating fish from the inside out.
Yeah, and then the fish just dies and they've just absolutely thrived and then they collect more fish.
Okay.
I was like, this reminded me of like C. diff, H. pylori. Like
H. pylori?
Yeah.
What do you call it?
How do you call it?
H. pylori.
Oh, I've only ever called it H. pylori.
If Kate were here, we'd be talking about Colleen texting us that she didn't know that the word awry
Was spelt the way it's spelled.
or that it meant, she thought it meant scary.
No, I knew what the word awry meant. I've never read the word awry. So when I was reading the word awry, I was pronouncing it in my head Ori and thinking it meant something else.
But I just said every time I edit the podcast, there's like one new word that I
Like
learned.
Colleen has made up.
Yeah. H. pylori pronunciation.
I always said H. pylori, but maybe you're right.
H. pylori.
Ha. Hold on. For the readers, for the listeners.
For the listeners.
Colleen was right.
Colleen, you know how much it pains me to say I was wrong?
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Let's write the date down.
I literally
7:17 p.m. Year is 2026.
I have literally never heard anyone say H. pylori. Everyone says H. pylori.
H.
and-
pylori.
And here we are.
I just
Oh,
I
there.
would, like take a picture of this moment sitting in Megan's living room, microphones on, podcast recording. Colleen was right. Love that. Forgot where I was even talking about. They glow to consume the fish. Oh yeah, and then I was saying how it just reminded me of like human diseases that like actually knock us down from the inside.
Feels like such a parasitic.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I guess it would classify as a parasite.
Which parasite did you have?
It was featured on an episode of Monsters Inside Me. Cryptosporidium. What did you have?
Giardia.
Oh, I had cryptosporidium from consuming cow shit. How did you get Giardia?
Camping.
Oh,
Wait, let's go back.
I grew up going to a dairy farm every summer.
How did you consume?
We probably didn't
Shit.
wash our hands enough.
Oh,
There's poop everywhere on a farm. There is poop everywhere on a farm.
okay.
My brother was hospitalized. I had cryptosporidium the following year. And then we all went swimming. But because I was having so much diarrhea, all my cousins got cryptosporidium from swimming with me. And then, like, I don't know, 8 years later, I was sitting in science class. And the teacher put on Monsters Inside Me. And it was an episode about an entire city having cryptosporidium. Because cow poop was getting in their water, their drinking water. And I raised my hand and was like, I had cryptosporidium. And then nobody believed me.
Sometimes I just look at Colleen and I think how you survived and thrived.
Yeah. Everybody on my mom's side, all the cousins that would go to the farm which is probably about like 95% of us, had a summer with cryptosporidium.
Okay.
And all I remember my mom was being like, it's a spore. You need to use soap and water and not hand sanitizer.
Yeah, she's not wrong.
Yeah. So that was my parasite.
Okay.
It took us out.
At least not to be confused with these parasites that are taking out the fish.
In theory.
Okay.
The glow was coming, and I talked about this a little bit earlier, but the glow was coming from deep within the waters, not a surface level slick. But this kind of added to the scientists' theory as to why these instances were occurring in these specific locations, because the water density, the depths, and the current patterns behaved as like an isolated incubator for this bacterium, or what we assume that's what's going on. And then why did it take so long to even conceptualize this? Because there has been reports of the Milky Way further back than the 1800s. But why are we just now kind of figuring it out? Well, first of all, we needed confirmation of the firsthand observation with confirmation from space. So when a fisherman is like, I'm seeing it right now, then we have to go back and see, could it be seen from space in that spot as well? Because otherwise, they're just making it up. We needed proof to make sure these people weren't making it up.
But what if they are seeing it? It's just not as big as.
That is a good question.
Like maybe they're seeing it, but it's just the size of their boat. So
It's not as big. Yeah.
Sunlight, as opposed to being 1,000 feet, you said, right?
I don't know. Yeah. Well, all I know is the SS Lima was one of the first ships in 1995 that was able to collaborate with scientists. So most of our hardcore data starts from the 90s onward. And like these studies are like 10-year-long studies, assuming they keep their funding. But the other thing was using the DNB was now allowing us to document it. I don't think they needed satellite visuals when they started using the DNB instrument, because then they could validate it right away without having to wait to compare. But the other thing that was hindering this study is that you can only use the DNB instrument when there was a moonless night. And I'm like, how often does that happen?
Well, the moon is on a monthly cycle.
Does it go away?
You get one full moon a month.
And then one no moon a month?
Yeah, once a month.
Oh.
So we have 12 days out of the year
Where they could actually use their instrument.
That seems. Does it have to really be moonless or just like minimal moon?
I don't know, because this camera, or I call it a camera, but I think it's more involved than that, has such sensitivity to light because it's used to pick up moon rays. So.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
but no wonder it's taking them a long time to research then.
Okay, and then the other question is, so the bacteria is kind of attracting fish. It only glows when it's like in a huge population, when they've multiplied to a certain number of bacteria.
Quorum.
Yeah, when they're quorum communicating. And like what is making them get to that level of largeness? Like how are they populating that quickly to group up that fast? And the theory is that as they blow up the fish, like as they eat the fish and the fish die and decompose, it releases nutrients in the water, specifically like lipids, which then the bacteria will continue to feed on and rapidly reproduce further and further and further. So it's just like a cycle.
Yeah. Wow.
And a lot of this happens. I don't know why. All I know is that most of the research was showing that it happens during monsoon season.
That's when the eels reproduce. Also,
I didn't know that. I forgot about that.
Are they all just popping up like this because the mother has called them to a location?
Bro.
Okay, I don't really think it's aliens, but I mean, right? Come on.
Hold on.
This would explain. We believe the eels were aliens. We believe that there's these.
This is some weird activity.
Is calling people home. Not people. I keep saying people living. They're living beings home.
They're going somewhere. I didn't also really know what a monsoon is.
When it's rainy and windy.
Mm.
Okay, so do you believe the theory?
Yeah, I think it's probably, if it's not that bacteria, it's some other bacteria that we just don't have the ability to pick up yet.
Some kind of bioluminescence,
Yeah,
though.
But
I think you're right too.
I'd love to see it. It kind of reminds me of the Northern Lights. Like looking at the pictures, it looks like Northern Lights to me.
Well, thank you. That was interesting.
Thought that was a good one.
Guys, just a reminder, don't forget to check out our Facebook and Instagram pages at 3 Scheme Queens. That's the number 3 Scheme Queens, all one word. We're also on Reddit, same username. If you want to check out our website, go to 3schemequeens.com and you can find links to our social media accounts, our Buzzsprout page, all of our episodes, additional content, and our contact page where you can engage with us and share any updates on the topics that we have discussed. Let us know how we're doing and what you want to hear next. There are also opportunities to financially support us with links to buy us a cup of coffee and links to our merch store. As always, if you choose not to financially support us, we appreciate the follows, the downloads, the listens, the likes. What should the people do?
Wow.
Stop
Yeah.
and take out your phone
Yeah.
and text 3 friends.
I want one person who drinks milk. I want one person who enjoys a boat and one person who's afraid of the ocean.
Okay.
You're going to give the person with a milk a tease, thinking that there's a new milk drink for them. The person with the boat will obviously want to go on a boat trip to see the Milky Sea. And the person afraid of the sea is just going to have one more reason to be afraid of the sea.
Also, who drinks milk?
I can
after the
spot a
age
milk
of-
drinker from far away.
And then when you're all done, scroll down and leave us a 5-star review.
Yup. Leave some comments, slide in our DMs, interact with us in any form, email, text message, iMessage,
Spotify or Apple podcast reviews,
Instagram DMs,
all the things.
all the things.
And I guess otherwise, we'll be back next week with another seasonal episode.
Another seasonal episode.
So we will see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.